guys, what's up? Well, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my series of me embarrassing myself and reading my old journals. Whew, okay, so we're gonna get into it because these videos are typically kind of long. I've got my rosé ready to go. My hair is currently drying. I just got out of the bath. I will link all the other videos of me reading my journals down below. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, but I've decided to put these videos up once a month rather than once a week. Just was honestly too much for me to do this every week since these videos do tend to be so long. Okay, let's do this. Oh my god. Okay, so first of all, this is what this journal looks like. This is the one we're on now. That's me, obviously, way back in the day. We've got some lyrics over here. What is that? Oh, She Wants Revenge. Good band. Still love them. And then on the back, just same kind of randomness, you know, more lyrics and stuff like that. And I've got the date at which I believe I started this journal, or maybe that's the day I ended the journal. Okay, that's the day I started it. Cool. March 8th, 2007. And just to let you guys know, I am only gonna read like the interesting parts of my journal. I'm kind of editing out and kind of reading around the areas that are like just kind of shinfo, where I'm spewing random thoughts and nothing really makes sense. I'm skipping over those to get to more like life events, if that makes sense. Figured that would be a lot more interesting than me sitting here reading you being like, hey, I'm really bored right now. God, I can't wait for school to be over. You know, that's just, who cares? So I hung out over at Michael and Jude's house, and then after we got done hanging out and fooling around, Jude asked me out. I kissed him and said yes, but the truth is, I'm not really ready to have a boyfriend. I don't want one, but I really found it hard to say no. Is it bad that I want him to fuck up so I can break up with him and just get it over with? Oh wow. I just hate having a boyfriend. I feel so tied down. I've been dating someone for like 2 seconds. I'm like, I feel so tied down. I'm not going to let it tie me down at all though. I know that this sounds bad, but I'm just gonna act like I don't have one. Last night, Corey came and picked me up. We went to Java Jazz so I could see Halifax for my 5th time. I love it. Adam, the guitar player slash my big brother, gave me his bandana. The fill-in bassist for Doug remembered me. It was cute. I love my Halifax boys. Adam. What? I actually kind of like the rain now. It's soothing. What movie to watch tonight? David Bowie on the Rock Trail. Ha, don't make fun of me. I want everyone I've ever met in my whole life to ever come sing happy birthday to me and then come up to me and tell me how I know them or whatever. Tomorrow is Friday and then we can say hello to spring break. Too bad I'm grounded. I have to run away if she doesn't let me go. March 9th, 2007. I don't really like having a boyfriend. I don't even act like we're together inside of school, but yeah, I miss him. Want to hang out with him today and find out what he's all about. Wow, it's cold in here. Anyways, I'm in world geography and we were watching a movie about something that no one cares about. I want a jackal. They're like dogs, but cuter. Again, what? What are my thoughts? Me and Ariel are obsessed with condoms. Seriously. We have just about every one that there is out there. What? Oh my god. We're basically freaks with boyfriends. I don't want a boyfriend at all, but here I am, wrapped up with one. I'm guessing spring break happened because then I didn't write for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Basically, anytime I took a break from writing, what I did was like put stars to show you that I took a break. Like each star was 1 day, but I also keep the dates at the top of the page. But oh my god, look down here. Look at all those stars. Okay, let's get to it. March 15th, 2007. Dear Diary, I'm becoming everything I want to be and starting to hate everything and starting to hate everyone. That's not too good, but at least I'm okay with myself. Sorry about the gap of not writing. Spring break over at Michael and Jude's, mostly sleepovers. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days later. Wow, so like 2 weeks later. Wow, I can't believe I went that long without writing. March 29th, 2007. Wow, this past weekend, Steven came and got Ariel and I from Michael and Jude's. That's kind of confusing. So Michael and Jude lived together at the time. They both lived at Michael's apartment slash Michael's mom's apartment. Ariel was dating Michael, I was dating Jude, so like our boyfriends lived together, so that was great. I went to a party with Steven and met a lot of sweet people. I then spent the night alone with Steven. Needless to say, we ended up fooling around. We kept on making out, and that's too embarrassing. I'm gonna skip that part. He ended up doing something to me and trying to get me to give him head, but I didn't feel like it. Slash, I had never done that. And, oh my god. Oh my god, he was literally, oh no, let's not. Sorry, I can't. Oh, and his thing is pierced. How hot is that? He's 15, he's 19 and I'm 15. Oops. Also, that's really illegal. Just to throw it out there, I'm pretty positive he actually had like charges for hooking up with an underage girl, so cheers. Now Ariel is being a sourpuss, and frankly, I don't really care. March 30th, 2009. New day. Today after school, my brother and I are going to Movie Gallery. Oh my god, do you guys remember Movie Gallery? Movie Gallery, for those kids out there who don't know, is a video rental store. You used to be able to go rent movies from movie stores like Blockbuster and stuff like that. They all don't exist anymore, but Movie Gallery was one of them. So I can get the Virgin Suicides, and then we're going to get Megan and Haley and party at my house. My mom is going to hopefully be gone all weekend. I don't know if that's good or not, but she hasn't been feeling so well, and I just want her to be okay first. Oh, see, I do still love my mom. Steven's group of friends were talking about going to Burning Man the other night. For my take, you're in the middle of the desert and you're there for about a week, and at night you have a huge bonfire. Things got brought up about this. What do you do during the day? I mean, yeah, it's fun at night and all, but what do you do when the fire's out? Still a super valid question. What do you do if you run out of water or someone needs to go to the hospital? You're in the middle of the desert. Still valid concerns. It's about $350 to go, not to mention supplies, tent, rent, food, and water, and stuff to burn. Money to burn? What are they burning? Whatever, I just need to research it. I think Burning Man is like a lot more expensive now. I think it's like at least $500. I looked it up the other week because I was just vaguely curious. Or just ask Steven. Adam was the one who was talking about going. Adam is like the new age flower child. When you first meet him, you can't really see it, but when you sit down and talk to him for a little while, you start to see it. But isn't that the truth about most people's personality? April 2nd, 2007. Not old memories have been going through my head all day, but they're getting me all hot and bothered. I went to go home and work on my massive collage of eyes. I was up until midnight last night working on it, but yeah, I'm tired. I watched The Virgin Suicides last night. It's an old favorite, still true. I picked it up over the weekend. This weekend I decided to take a break from Ariel. Friday I went and picked up 5 bags of cotton candy, The Virgin Suicides, She Wants Revenge CD, Megan and Haley, and they both spent the night. Saturday, we all went over to Haley's house. Kyle came to pick us up and take us to the mall. I met up with Corey and Justin. Me and Justin used to have a thing. Justin and I are both happily married now. Congrats to both of us. He texted me saying, I miss hanging out with you. To be quite honest, I miss it too. Looking into his eyes again just brought back a lot of, missed happy memories. Mary Lou and I have been talking about going to church camp this summer. Ironic, most ironic statement ever. It's a week of no parents and total fucking freedom. Yeah, totally. As if you don't have chaperones who go with you. We're going to be in dorm rooms, no curfew, no wake up call. That is a lie. No supervision, also a lie. The way I see it, I'll bring the drugs and the condoms. Oh my god. And sit back as all the hot boys and hell breaks loose. What kind of fantasy world did I used to live in? Can I go back there? Can you say sleepover madness? You have no idea how amped I am on the whole idea of going. It's going to be amazing. It would be amazing if John's church was going at the same time as ours, because you know some crazy shit would go down. And the pure idea of that alone just makes me happy. Just like spoiler alert, I did go to church camp twice, and they wake you up at the butt crack of dawn. Like, it's not all it's cracked up to be, y'all. Also when my best friend died, so bad memories all around. I left my cell phone in the car this morning, so I haven't been able to text anyone all day long. Sucks. Really wish that I was home right now, really, really badly. I'll be there in about an hour though. It just seems like so long. 420 is coming up in 18 days. I'm thinking about skipping and having a green day with my brother, but I don't know how my attendance is holding up. So we're dodging out and Trevor found a fat joint in his mom's closet. So Trevor is Ariel's younger brother. It's so weird saying younger brother. He was always so much like taller than her. It always seemed like it was the other way around, but Trevor is Ariel's younger brother, just for some context. We found a joint in his mom's closet one day because I don't know why we were snooping in her stuff, but we were. We smelled it and we could tell that that shit was fresh. I'm really not surprised. Her mom is one of the many definitions of a hippie. Oh, okay, so Joey got a car. He said he would come get me and Ariel so we could hang out with him and Nick all weekend. If we do, we're going to get drunk off of our asses. What is wrong with me? Oh my god. 5 more minutes until the fucking bell rings. There's a fresh cig in my purse with my name on it. Come on, oh the agony, putting all my stuff away. Ever just want to talk to someone? It doesn't really matter who it is, and it's not really as important as long as you're talking and they're talking. I'm talking to John and Ariel on MSN. Now they're both being quiet. But I'm talking to Joa and what English? Work with me. Joey and Sarah Mack now. I need more self-control. That one night at Jobjazz, I came dangerously close to kissing you, said John. Really hard to believe anything that John says. Girls who post pictures of themselves with little to no revealing clothing makes me wonder what they were thinking. I was trying to make sure my cleavage wasn't showing. Modesty. A girl said posed with her hand on her chest. Wouldn't modesty be not wearing a shirt that revealed your cleavage in the first place? Just a thought I'm throwing out there. Maybe they're not all whores or slutty. Maybe they're just bored. Maybe I'm just a little crazy. I think my spine is crooked. I still think that. My back hurts all the time. I still think that. True story. I don't have scoliosis, but I do think it's crooked. Still think so. Maybe I just need to stand up straight and not slouch down so much at school. School is such a drag. Seriously. April 3rd, 2007. Talking about memories in first period and about sandboxes. I remember when I lived in Tennessee, I had a lovely little sandbox and I would go outside and spend hours and hours doing what would look like nothing today. We had this ideal next door neighbor. She was a senior and a cheerleader. She even had blonde hair. Anyways, I'll always resent her a little because she never played with me. This is now logical to me, but one day I was playing out in my sandbox and she was out on her trampoline practicing some cheerleader moves. She was just jumping up and down and then all of a sudden, it broke. The trampoline ripped or something. She broke her leg pretty badly and couldn't do anything cheer-wise for a while. I remember just laughing and thinking, that's what she gets. Mary Lou pierced her Monroe last night. It surprisingly looks good. I like it better than her snake bites. I've been working on about 2 hours of sleep for the past month. Living the party life without the party really sucks. Living the party life without the party. I wish I was 18 so badly. I'd be going to raves non-stops. That would be a ridiculous lifestyle. Everyone would want to party with us because we would be famous. Oh wait, that's already true. I promise I will take you to your first rave, said Steven. He actually did not take me to my first rave, but he was at the first rave I went to. Because of course you are. He said there are some all ages raves that don't suck. We need to find one and go. Like seriously, school starts too early. It should start at like 12 at least. So many more people wouldn't ditch out on school. That's my theory. And plus I could party all night and then go to school the next day. It would be pure bliss. You have no idea how happy I would be. Wouldn't it be cool if one of your friends just showed up at your school for no reason at all to see you? That would make me so stoked for the rest of the day. Man, it's cold in here. I talked to Jude last night and said, I lied about being over you. I'm nowhere close to being over you. Too bad you lied. We could be together right now. That kind of made me mad. Why does he think that he can just have me? Like he would just be back together like that. There's no way I would date him again. So I guess I left out the part where Jude and I broke up. So basically the story goes, spoiler alert of my life, I have cheated on every single boyfriend I've ever had and girlfriend I've ever had besides Adam. Adam is the only person I've never cheated on. And basically I called it like relationship suicide. Like I never tried to hide the fact that I cheated on anybody. So the next time I talked to them, we broke up. Like I told them like, so basically that night that I hooked up with Steven that I'm talking about, where I'm over at Jude and Michael's house and then Steven came and picked me up and I went back to his place and ended up staying the night and hooking up with him that night. The next day I called Jude and was like, hey, Steven and I hooked up, you and I should break up now. That's pretty much how all of my relationships went when I was younger, is instead of actually, you know, finding the courage to be like, hey, I'm just not that into you, I don't think we should be dating, and breaking up with people, I would commit, like I said, what I would call relationship suicide and just hook up with somebody else and then tell them about it later so we would break up. So Jude had been dating this girl named Tara for a long time in high school. It's all coming back to me. And after we broke up, he hooked back up with Tara, who I thought was much less attractive than me. So I was like, ew, if you're really going back to her, like, you and I will never ever get back together. There's no way that I would date him again. I know I say that, but I probably will. But he broke up with me for a completely unintelligent reason. Okay, so no, I actually didn't. That's not how that happened. He actually broke up with me that night before I ever hooked up with Steven, because he was like, are you gonna come with us? Like, he knew I was gonna hook up with Steven, and he basically, Jude and Michael showed up at this party that Ariel and I were at with Steven, and they were like there to basically take us back to third place. And I was like, I'm not going. Like, I want to stay here. I'm having a great time. I'm not gonna leave. I'd rather stay here. Jude was like, seriously, like, you're not gonna come with us? Like, we're gonna break up. Like, I'm not gonna be with you if you're not gonna come with us. And I was like, then I guess we're breaking up. I think Jude is just afraid to be alone. And he wants some. Seriously, this is why you shouldn't have sex unless you're in a serious relationship, and I've been going out for a while. How old am I? I'm pretty positive this has already happened by now, and I just wasn't journaling at the time. But maybe like a month before this all went down, like where I'm writing, I think this is super lame. Here we go. Pretty positive I lost my virginity on like March 7th. Oh my god, so like the day before I started this journal. Pretty sure March 7th, 2007 is when I lost my virginity, because I remember being 15, but I remember being like barely 15. Like, I'd only been 15 for like a month. So yeah, I lost my virginity to Jude. That already happened. I just never wrote about it because there's not that much to report. Which is why I was like, oh, this is why you shouldn't have sex with people if you haven't been with them for a while, is because Jude liked me more than I liked him, so I just felt really awkward, and then I felt kind of like pressured into being his girlfriend, even though I didn't really like him. I was like, well, I'm sending him all these mixed signals. It would be like rude of me to say no to being his girlfriend, so I may as well. There are exceptions to this, like when it won't mean anything. I know that sounds bad, but I've got 2 exceptions to this rule. Steven and John. Both would mean something, of course, but I wouldn't get attached to the idea of us being together. It would just be us closer together. Okay, this part is kind of hilarious. Here we go. Still April 3rd, 2007. The teacher in this class just called my mom for not having my textbook. Little did she know that she was calling me and left me a voicemail. Haha, how terribly dreadful. I kind of regret not giving a shit. I remember this because everyone was laughing their asses off. I didn't ever bring my history textbook to history class because history is my least favorite subject of all. That's no excuse, but that's what happened. And my locker was just like on the complete opposite side of school. So like to have my history textbook and to go get it in between classes, like I literally never had enough time to actually physically make that happen. So I never brought my textbook to history class, and this teacher like hated me to begin with because I hated the subject that she taught. So she called my mom one day, but here's where she fucked up. She asked me in front of the whole class for my mom's phone number. So of course I gave her my phone number. I was like, sure, it's blank, 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 blank. And she was like, okay, I'm going into the hallway and calling your mom and telling her about this right now. And I didn't have a voicemail set up. It was just like, you have reached blank, blank, blank. Please leave a message after the beep, beep. She stepped out into the hallway, and right after she stepped out and she's pissed, she's like on the phone peering in, like staring at all of us. Everyone in the class heard my phone be like, brr, 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 like just vibrating. So the whole class just started laughing their asses off. Meanwhile, she still had no idea her name was Miss Penny. I remembered this all. And Miss Penny was just like pissed and left this like angry ass voicemail that I made all my friends listen to later as we laughed about it. Ooh, okay, I had to let my camera cool off, and now I'm realizing I'm a little tipsy. Here we go. John said he's never had a sandbox. That's really sad. Every vital child slash teenager slash kid slash adult has a childhood memory of playing in a sandbox. I miss mine. What the hell is that buzzing noise? It's hurting my ears, really loud. I miss Corey and Justin. Just hanging out with them in general was always really fun. Always with 2 L's. Way to go. I've kind of been in a daze for the past week, not as peppy as I normally am, more calm and tired, like being on drugs without the drugs. Again, motto of my life, like this without this. Tonight at midnight, Steven will be 20. That means a 5-year difference. That means I fooled around with somebody who's 5 years older than me and I don't regret it one bit. So cool. I wonder if he does. I bet he does. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. We hooked up until I was like 21, 20, until I was like 20. Oh well, it happens and no one can change it. No, what? Oh my god. Sorry, the rosé is getting to me. Oh well, it happened and no one can change that. There we go. We don't have school this Friday. That's always good. But I got 2 Saturday schools yesterday for skipping. I'm just gonna wait until they turn into 6 days of ISS. It's more bearable than giving up my Saturdays. Wow, back in the day when me and Ryan used to hang out every day almost. Didn't even finish that thought. That's literally the end of that sentence. Okay. April 4th, 2007. Today is Steven's 20th birthday. I told him at midnight last night. I'm so sleepy in school lately. I need some sleep badly. I think tomorrow I'm gonna spend the night at Ariel's. Ryan Phillips was passing out flyers of me and Ariel. They looked like this. I was really drunk in all of them and smoking in the middle one, and I'm making out with Ariel. So that, I believe, is what I discussed in this last video. So I'm now talking about the whole flyer situation. That happened like a couple of weeks after the party, or like a week after the party or so. So I didn't really even remember that. It was like a later occurrence, but I talked about that in my last video. So if you're wondering what the flyers were, if you want to see the actual flyer, it's in the last video. Ariel freaked out about it and told me to take it down. Like, I put it up on my MySpace because I thought it was freaking hilarious. I was like, this is great new profile photo, who cares? So people don't start rumors that she's a lesbian. I don't care what people say, and the kids at school have all seen it anyway. I thought it was really funny and could not stop laughing. She didn't quite see the humor in it. Oh well, she was all, if anyone asks you, you're kissing me on the cheek. It's at a funny angle, so who knows, maybe I am. Definitely wasn't. I feel like my hair is getting to like this crazy place where it's just like consuming me. Maybe it's just all these lights, honestly. One thing's for sure, that's the comic relief I needed. You actually look really cute in all of them, said John. I actually do look pretty cute, LOL. It's funny how the flyers are going out with the intentions to hurt me, but I think it's really funny and I want the rest of the pictures, to be honest. I need to talk to Ariel about what exactly we're doing this weekend. Michael and Jude are going out of town, thank God. Jude is moving to Colorado at the end of May. Never happened. That's about a 23-hour flight, so I will, whoa, 23-hour flight? I think I was drunk. That's not true. And I'm drunk right now, so that is definitely not true. It's probably like a 23-hour drive. There's like certainly no way in hell, unless you're on like the slowest plane in America, that is a 23-hour flight. Girl, do you know how Google works? Like, do you? I will seriously fly up there and visit him for a week during next summer. No, not at all. Never happened. It will be cool to see him again. I have a strong urge to hug him right now. Sucks that he's so sure about leaving. I don't want him to go, but I'm not gonna stop him. I kind of want him to go to prom with me. So, as I've kind of stated before, Ariel, along with a chunk of my other friends, were all older than me. So when Ariel was a senior, I was a freshman. I'm a freshman writing this journal now, so Ariel was a senior. Since we're getting into like May and summertime, we're gearing up for prom. It was Ariel's prom. I went to prom with her. She went to prom with her date for like 5 minutes, but I never went to like the actual prom. We just rented a hotel room at that same hotel, and that's what we did, was just like have a little hotel party. He said he would take me if I wanted to go. He keeps on lying to Tara, the girl that he used to date before me. He tells her that he doesn't hang out with me when he is constantly hanging out with me. He thinks me and Tara hate each other. She probably hates me, but she makes nice and acts all friendly to me. I got high this morning and came to school. I'm running out of cigarettes. I'm down to 2, and then I'm gonna have to resort to my spare box hidden in my room. I'll get Ariel to buy me some. while we're out and about this weekend. I want the right side of my nose pierced so badly. So for those of you who might not know, I smoked cigarettes from the time, like every day, like smoking a cigarette at least every day, probably from the time that I was like 15 until 20. So like 5 years, I totally smoked cigarettes every single day. And I was 15 up until I was 18. Like I said, all my friends were older than me, so I just always had my friends buy me cigarettes, and it really wasn't that big of an issue. Just in case you're curious, smoking's bad. It's also horrible for your skin, not to mention horrible for your teeth, so do not smoke, would not recommend, but yes, I do still miss it, just to be totally honest. Okay, I gotta go soon because I'm kind of drunk right now. I'm such a lightweight. I've had like a glass and a half of rosé and I'm just like, yeah, I gotta go soon. It's nap time. That's another reason why I only want to post these videos once a month, is because I do enjoy kind of getting drunk while I do these videos. It makes it a little bit easier to dive into my horrific and sometimes really embarrassing past. And I, a lot of times, have time to film before work, and I have a full-time job. I am not a full-time YouTuber, although I wish I could be. It's not how it is for me. So I do film a lot of my videos before work where I'm not able to drink. So it does really limit the times where I'm able to film these videos. And I'm also not totally comfortable reading my journals in front of my husband, or when my husband is home and can hear how embarrassing of a human I used to be. Not that he doesn't know, but it's just like I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm still embarrassed. I'm still ashamed a little. So that's the story with that, since you asked. Tomorrow is Thursday, but we don't have school on Friday, so it's like a Friday. I'm going to have my brother take me over to Ariel's house right after school, and then our weekend will begin. I have absolutely no idea what we're doing, but I know that the plans that we make are probably shot to hell. So we will more than likely end up doing absolutely nothing and just chilling with Ariel's family, which isn't bad or anything, but it would be cool if our plans held out for once. Joey's dad just called me. What the hell? I'm shaking. I hung up on him. I don't remember that in the slightest. April 9th, 2007. Damn, my hair is fried. The Easter break, I spent the whole time with Ariel. It was pretty fun. I haven't hung out with just her in a long time. We got kind of bored on Friday and pierced my belly button. Totally remember that. Oh my god. Ariel was originally going to pierce my belly button and then her mom's belly button, but her mom saw how painful it was for me and how much it hurt, and she was like, never mind, nah, I'm good, no thanks. Looks really cute, but I have to say that it was the most pain I have ever been through in my life. I was squeezing her mom's hand, kicking, crying, and screaming. It was really painful, but as soon as the barbell was in, it was over and worth it. I still have my belly button pierced. It's still actually the same exact jewelry that Ariel pierced it with back in the day, which is crazy to me. So yeah, I've had this piece of jewelry for over 11 years now. Wow, I am so old. Holy crap. Second time being pierced by Ariel. She's basically a pro now. Now after doing that, I feel like I can get any piercing because that was really painful. Next up, septum. I'm so glad I never got my septum pierced. Like, that's not the piercing for me. I don't like it. It's not for me. I'm very glad I never went through with that. Then the tongue. They're gonna be so rad. That is actually where I'm gonna stop for today because, yeah, I bet this video is just way too long. Thank you so much to anyone who watches these videos. I have a blast doing them. This is definitely a video series that I do for me. So even if only like 5 people watch this video, I'm still gonna continue to do this series because I'm still really into it. And that is one of the like luxuries I have of not having YouTube be my job, is I can pretty much post whatever I want because I'm not relying on it for my income anyways. But thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave me a comment over anything, everything. Did you get any piercings when you were a teenager that you regretted or you've taken out, or even ones that you have kept? My nose ring closed up really quickly. My lip ring is still open. I let my Monroe close up, and I still have my belly button pierced, obviously. Can't remember if I said it or not, but if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, I put out new videos every single Wednesday. I would love to have you back here. Thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you're having a good week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.